Good morning and welcome. My name is Sabrina, and it is my joy to be here with you this morning, leading the meditation on behalf of the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living. So let's just begin right now by welcoming this moment with peace and stillness. And as you begin to settle in to your comfortable place, your chair, and just allowing your breath to deepen. If it's comfortable for you, you could place your palms up, resting on your lap, closing your eyes if that feels right for you. And as you begin to settle into this present awareness, releasing any tension and letting it just melt away. And in this moment, as you continue just gently breathing, just silently thank yourself for gifting yourself this time, for being here, for deepening your awareness, for this connection with yourself. So breathing in and exhale, and just letting go of any expectations that you may be having, and embracing this exact moment. Your breath, your heartbeat, your love, your joy. You are exactly where you need to be, feeling alive right now in this moment. Following the path that is right and perfect for you, the path that you are creating. Come into yourself and listen to your heart as it beats with joy. And open yourself to your heart. Let it guide you forward in every step you take, remembering that you are exactly where you need to be. Today is a beautiful day of opportunity. Open yourself to the universe and trust in the unfolding of your life. Breathe in and allow yourself to go deeper into the stillness, the silence, and the peace. Feel free to use the following mantra: I am exactly where I need to be. I am exactly where I need to be. To bring you in the presence of your heart if you feel that your mind begins to wander. Or simply just enjoy this moment of stillness and connection to all that you are. And stay here until you hear the sound of my voice again. Take this opportunity to deepen your breath and release the mantra with gentleness. It's time to come back to your body, your present awareness. And inhale and exhale, and continue to stay in this energy as you open your eyes. And from my heart, thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.
Are you like Kenny G, 250 years old?
Yeah.
Oh my.
In like 100 years.
Yeah.
Or 10. I'm not really sure what he looks like.
Great. The hair gives you away.
Can you give me an A?
Yes.
Come on. Works.
That nose doesn't get in the way?
It does, actually.
Oh. You're managing very well.
Like my nose.
your own nose.
My own nose does.
Yep.
I wanna live, I wanna give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. These expressions I never give. They keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Yeah, they keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood. I crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line. They keep me searching for a heart of gold. You know, yeah, they keep me searching for a heart of gold. You know. They keep me searching for a heart of gold. Keep me searching and I'm growing old. They keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. You know. Yeah, they keep me searching for a heart of gold. You know.
Yeah, let's give it up for Elevation and Jory Kinjo. Good morning, everybody. How are ya? Happy Halloween. We just think Oliver had a really rough night last night. You know, the rest of us actually tried to put on a costume. He's just had a rough time. Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for being here and spending this spectacular Halloween with us. If you are new to the center, I will introduce myself. I'm, believe it or not, Reverend Dr. Pat Campbell. It's a little hard to believe today, but it's true. And I am the spiritual director of the center here. And if you haven't been to a Center for Spiritual Living, there's a few things you need to know. We are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. I'm actually going to be talking about some of them today. We believe that however you achieve the understanding of your oneness with the divine, that you are on that path. Each one of us is on that path. So it doesn't matter the steps that you are taking. What matters is that you are on your path and you are working toward understanding of your oneness with the divine. So however you got here, wherever you went before you were here and wherever you're going, you are welcome here. We are really, really pleased you decided to spend your Sunday morning with us. So we're going to start out by singing what we call our Kong song, and this one is I Am a Light. I think the official title of it is A Light in This World, but I never remember that. So I Am a Light. So let's sing together.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. This world, I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. Shine so bright.
Surprise! That was beautiful. Thank you, guys. So we got some things going on here at the center that I'm going to let you know about. We are reopening to the public next Sunday, November 7th. And it's pretty exciting. We opened during the summer for a while, and then when things got really glitchy again, we decided to close down and only do our love stream. And we've decided again that we're going to open on November 7th. So we are allowed to have about a third of our capacity, which is about 50 people, and I think we're going to be fine as people are finding their way back in. If it comes up to the point where eventually we have to do like a registering or something like that, we'll figure that out, but I don't think that's going to be the case here in the beginning. However, we are following AHS guidelines, so masks are required. It's not a request. It's not oh, it'd be nice if you would do this. If you come, you need to promise to wear a mask. We're also going to keep social distancing. So we have the chairs kind of spread out so that you can find yourself at a safe distance from other people. What we are not doing is checking for vaccination. However, you've already now promised to wear a mask if you come. So if you are not vaccinated, you are welcome and you must wear a mask. Please don't come and like put up a fight. I'll scratch you with my nails. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. Anyway, just don't. If you want to come and you're unvaccinated, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, then stay at home and watch at home. If you are uncomfortable being around people who are unvaccinated, even though everybody will be masked, stay at home and watch the love stream that we've been enjoying for almost 2 years now. We want to make this work for as many people as possible. We are doing the best we can. And so I just implore you, come. I'm really, really happy and anxious to see you all, and don't mess with me. That's all I got to say. So that's it. Next Sunday. Who's excited? Woo! I'm excited. Okay. The freak flag thing is still going on. Lance talked about it a little bit last week. On December 19th, the Sunday before Christmas, we want to feature you and your gifts that you bring to the world, whether it be art, whether it be dancing, whether it be poetry, whether it be a video, whether it be a PowerPoint. We want to feature you and how you are giving your gift to the world. So we've got some time to plan that, but we need to know that you want to do that. So please email Lance Rath at calgarycsl.org and just say, I'm interested. I have an idea. What do you think about this? So we know kind of how to plan for this program. So that's the program itself is December 19th, but we need to know that you have an interest in doing it prior to that. So please contact Lance and let him know. Our ongoing programs. We're keeping our sense of community as best we can. So we've got our Consciousness Seekers on Monday night at 7 o'clock, facilitated by Ron Hahn. It's a wonderful group. You don't have to study anything. You can just come and be part of the conversation. It's quite a deep dive, and I know that people enjoy it quite a bit. So that's Mondays at 7 o'clock. Then we also have Coffee with Dr. Pat, me. That's Wednesdays at noon, and it's just wonderful. We just do a little connection. We do a little spiritual practice. It's just nice. It's nice to get together. We have our Thursday meditation by a minister or practitioner. That's Thursdays at 7. And we have our Saging Circle. This is for our elders, people 60 and above, coming together and sharing wisdom. Because you know what? Those of us who are 60 and above have a certain amount of wisdom. So you're welcome to join that. All the Zoom codes, all the information is on the website or in the newsletter that you should be receiving every week. I think that's all I've got to talk about now. So I'm going to invite Sabrina Morrow to come up. She is our practitioner of the day. And Steph and I are going to lead you in a chant. Actually, Steph is going to lead you in the chant. And then Sabrina will give us our spiritual mind treatment. So this is the time now to kind of start to go within. We've gotten rid of the business. We've taken care of all that. And now we're here for the sacred part of it.
I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. I am.
In this sacred moment of now, there is one thing, a divine flow, a universal energy, a wisdom intelligence that knows all things, it is all things. And I know that this energy is my life, for it is all of me, cascading its nature in me and through me in each moment. And from this place of knowing, I trust that I am always supported by the invisible hand of the divine that is always leading and guiding me through the richness of life on my path. And I recognize at times on my journey that life can appear messy on the surface, and fear and doubt may begin to creep in. And so instead of turning outwards, I choose to turn within, leading into the mystery of life, of not knowing and yet knowing and trusting that this divine intelligence is always orchestrating on my behalf. And so right here and right now, I gently release any false beliefs, knowing that there is no truth to them. And I choose to joyfully step into the now, knowing that all is truly well. And so with this breath of gratitude, I release my words into the law, knowing that there's nothing more to do. It is already done in the mind of the One. So I simply release and I let it be, affirming together, and so it is.
I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. I am.
Thank you, Sabrina, and thank you, staff. That was beautiful. Really heart-opening. And I love it when we come together with our hearts open. I've come to realize that there are very few things more important that we are doing collectively as a community and as a world. And that is walking through life with our hearts open. And so that's the purpose, that's the vision of the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living. So I invite you to say those words with me. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. I mentioned last week that some of my colleagues changed that just the slightest bit and say a world that works for all, because everyone implies humans, and what we want is a world that works for all, for the animals, for the planet, for everyone, for every living thing here. We want a world that works for all. And one of the ways that we do it is through our mission statement. So I invite you to say that with me. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness. There's that word again, co-create. We're doing this together. No man is an island. We are together. We are a community. We are a spiritual community. We are also a human community, a world community. And we're doing this. We're co-creating this together. So I'm glad you're here. Okay, so I want to introduce you to, Elevation, Oliver. You know Steph, the hippie. You know Luis, the Christmas elf. You know Lisa, who is the Mad Hatter. But you may not know Jory, but you're going to get a chance to get to know him today. He's a wonderful performer, a great light in this world. So please welcome Elevation featuring Jory Kenjo.
Baby, every time I'm moving on, I believe I have that line. I believe, yeah, I have that line. If I catch that continent, be home in 3 days' time. Wanna see my baby, waiting so she said, and I'm gonna love her till the day that I am dead. Wanna see my baby now, I'm hanging by a thread. She left the front door open and a light on overhead. I believe I'll be home to stay. I believe, yeah, I'll be home to stay. I'm love my little baby, yeah, most every night and day. Come on, Oliver. See my baby, she's waiting so she said, and I'm gonna love her till the day that I am dead. Wanna see my baby now, I'm hanging by a thread. She left the front door open and a light on overhead. I believe I'll be home to stay. I believe, yeah, I'll be home to stay. I'm love my little baby most every night and day. One more time, here we go. I believe I've been gone too long. I believe, yeah, I've been gone too long. Too long without my baby. Every time I'm moving on.
Too much fun. Corey Genjo. Okay, that guy, Jory Kenjo and Elevation, Lisa, Oliver, that guy, Christmas Elf, and the hippie girl. I'm sorry, somebody put up there, I'm dancing, and somebody else said, I can't sit still, and that's my case. That was really fun. Thanks so much. And my book's right there. Thanks, sweetie. Yes, somebody says, I can't sit still. Happy Sunday. I agree. That was so fun. Okay. I had to take off my cat claws so I could turn the pages here. So how you doing? Good? Yeah. Would you breathe with me, please? Let's just take in a breath. And again. And one more time, if you would. I love it. I can feel you. I can feel you breathing and joining me in the inspiration. So, obviously, today is Halloween, and it's a lot of people's favorite holiday. As I drive around town, I see so many people who really go out decorating for Halloween. It's amazing, but it isn't my favorite holiday. For one thing, I don't eat sugar, and so I can't enjoy those little bite-sized candies, and I'm mad that you guys can. But another thing, this whole concept of dressing up as something you're not kind of goes against my life message of being authentic. Then again, I am dressed as a crazy cat lady, so what do I know? In fact, I have to tell you, when I came in today and I said to the people assembled here, well, doesn't everybody have leopard print lounging pants? And Ben Morgan up in the sound booth said, Pat, you may be wearing leopard pants, but we all know you're a cougar. This is me as a cougar. Oh, golly. In fact, I probably belong here. In this cartoon here, the Dracula is saying my life bites. The ghost says I'm not the man I used to be. The pumpkin says I feel hollow inside. The witch says something, I curse everything. The other, I can't see it from over here. The zombie says I haven't felt alive in years. And the head says I feel disconnected. And it's a Halloween group therapy. So maybe that's where I need to go after service today. So, even though Halloween isn't my favorite holiday, what I do love is learning and then teaching about the history and the traditions behind a lot of the holidays that we have. It's so fun to see how ancient religious and ancient spiritual beliefs and practices have made their way into our modern day culture. For instance, Halloween is no exception. It started out, its origin started because there's a Catholic holiday, did you put those two together, of All Saints' Day. That's celebrated on November 1st. And this is praising people who are hallowed. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So it's revered. It's something that we do for saints. And so we've got All Hallows Day, which is November 1st. So the night before is called All Hallows Eve, which is the abbreviation for Halloween. And the belief is that the unholy come out that night before All Hallows Day. And so that they're afraid of it, and it's when the ghosts and the goblins and everything come out. So then you've got the pagans and the Celtic traditions that call this time Samhain. Now, it's spelled Samhain, but it's pronounced, and boy, did my sister Beth tell me that I had to pronounce this correctly, Samhain. Samhain is how it's pronounced. And for the pagan religions, they believed that at this time of the year, the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead was at its thinnest. And so they would do things like light bonfires to keep the darkness away. And they would wear masks, like Oliver's mask. They would wear masks to scare away the spirits from the other side. So I thought about doing a talk on fear and overcoming fear because it seemed appropriate on Halloween. However, that isn't today's topic. Today's topic is trick or treatment. trick or treatment. And yes, it's going to be about our form of affirmative prayer, which we call spiritual mind treatment. And I'm going to explain where that came from in just a bit. But one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about treatment on Halloween, or talk about prayer, is because a lot of people think that prayer is like a trick, or like it's magic. And granted, sometimes it feels like it. Sometimes it feels that when a prayer is effective and when it brings about the desired result, it can feel like magic. It can feel like a trick. And yet the truth is, prayer, spiritual mind treatment, is not magic. It's not a trick. In fact, it is natural, it is scientific, and it is logical. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. First of all, our founder, Ernest Holmes, said, "There is nothing supernatural about the study of life from the metaphysical viewpoint. That which today for us seems for us supernatural, after it is thoroughly understood, will be found spontaneously natural." In other words, as we come to understand it, it will seem more natural. So prayer, in our teaching called the Science of Mind, involves tapping into our spiritual nature, which we know that we are already made of. So we're tapped into the spiritual nature, and then we use consciously our intelligent and creative minds in a way that brings results that we would like to see. So today we're going to have a little mini lesson on spiritual mind treatment, or affirmative prayer, and we're going to learn how it differs from more traditional forms of prayer that many of us were brought up with. For instance, many of us were brought up with what I kind of call the Hall of Fame of prayers, the Lord's Prayer, the Serenity Prayer, the prayer of St. Francis. Those are all pretty effective and positive prayers. So they may not be treatment per se, but they are positive and they are life-affirming. For instance, just listen to the first stanza of the prayer of St. Francis. I just love it. Okay, there we go. Well, here we go. I think that was me. So just listen to these words of St. Francis. "Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy." Now, even though that's not quite our style of prayer, I wouldn't hesitate to use this under certain circumstances. However, many faith traditions are not quite so positive and not quite so life-affirming. They include a lot of separation and supplication and pleading and begging, and they're directed to a deity that's out there somewhere that may or may not be listening and may or may not be in a good mood. Oftentimes, he's kind of pissed off, may or may not play favorites, may or may not intercede on our belief, or on our behalf, but they hope, the people praying hope that just maybe if they're good enough, if they're pious enough, if they're humble enough, that this deity will grant them their prayer. Yes? How many of us were raised like that? Another tradition assigns a prayer after a confession of sins. Now, you understand, we don't really believe in sin, but that's another talk. But what happens is that, somebody confesses their sin and then they're given something, a prayer to pray, and the intention is that it's going to absolve the sinner of their wrongdoing. But the problem is, after doing the prayer, usually by rote, they're not really listening to the words, then the sinner leaves and it does the same sinful activity with absolutely no change in behavior. Hey, I'm going to go confess it. There are other traditions that pray in a very ritualized manner. They repeat the same words, they have the same motions, they say the same phrases over and over and over again until they reach almost this hypnotic state. And again, these prayers can be effective, but not if there is no action, if there is no change involved in it. So if we're doing like this, it's getting us into a state of grace, which isn't such a bad thing unless we're praying to something or somewhere out there somewhere. And this is a key distinction to be made and what sets our form of prayer apart from others. Because we teach absolutely without question that God is out there somewhere. And it is also in here. There is no separation between it and us. We are part of it. Nothing out there. It is always being expressed within, as us, and through us. So that means that there's no supplicating, there's no begging, there's no beseeching. Oh, please make this happen. That doesn't happen in our prayer work. In fact, Ernest Holmes said this. He said, to be effective, prayer must be affirmative. But it is not merely enough to affirm the presence of God. We must add to this the realization, the thought that divine intelligence is acting in and through us now. Not doing for us, because it doesn't do for us. It does through us and as us. So when we pray, and if you watch our practitioners when they're doing the prayer, when they're doing the spiritual mind treatment, what happens is that we align ourselves with that divine presence. We remember who we are. And then we affirm the presence of what it is we would like to experience. We affirm that I am healthy, I am whole, I am whatever that is. After we've aligned, we affirm it, and then we get out of the way so that Spirit can be doing it through us and as us. That we're not making it happen, we are allowing it to happen through us and as us. Again, another quote from Ernest Holmes. Where's my Ernest Holmes quote? Is this it? Yes. Okay. Ernest Holmes said this, treatment is not for the purpose of making things happen. It is to provide within ourselves an avenue through which they may happen. Treatment opens up avenues of thought, expands consciousness, and lets reality through. It clarifies the mentality, removes the obstructions of thought, and lets in the light. Everybody go like this. So this is such an important thing to distinguish. Because very seldom in my many years of doing this stuff have I experienced the bolt of lightning. I haven't had that. Maybe a couple times, but not really the bolt, the heavens raining down. But here's what I have experienced many times. After doing a treatment, after doing affirmation, affirming it and allowing it to happen, what I've seen are doors opening that had previously been closed. What I've seen are opportunities presenting themselves where maybe there had been none. I've seen people unexpectedly show up to help when necessary. For an example, let's say someone is treating or praying for prosperity. That's a big one these days, praying for prosperity. Well, the truth is prosperity can show up in a lot of different ways, and it is hardly ever the lottery or an unexpected windfall. That certainly hasn't been my experience anyway. What happens instead is that a wonderful opportunity where I can be more prosperous shows up in my life. Another one that we never even think of in terms of prosperity is when we go to lunch or go to dinner with somebody expecting to pay our own way and they pick up the tab. You had better believe that is an aspect of prosperity. Or maybe it's just simply having that greater awareness of abundance all around us. Because that's the beauty of how life works. The more we become aware of how it works, notice how it works, the more it works. Does that make sense? The more we become aware of how it works, the more it works. So the more we affirm something, the more we see in our lives that are reflecting of that affirmation. So here's another thing that happens with the other forms of prayer, other methods of prayer, is that the person who is praying thinks that if they only pray hard enough, it will convince God of the importance of their request. I gotta pray so hard. What is open about this? Absolutely nothing. What we teach is that prayer of any kind doesn't do anything to God. I mean, how can we change the changeless? What prayer does is opens us up. It expands our consciousness. It expands our beliefs, our awareness, and our acceptance of our good, which is naturally being attracted to us as a result of our consciousness. So we don't ever pray for God to do it for us. We pray to have the consciousness of the thing, which brings it to us. So before I go on, I promised you that I was going to give a little explanation about where the term spiritual mind treatment comes from, because I know people are very uncomfortable with that term, and it sounds woo-woo, or it sounds weird, or it sounds cultish. I don't think I look like I belong to a cult today, do I? The cat cult. So, oh, golly, I'm cracking myself up. I don't know about the rest of you. So we are known as a metaphysical teaching. Metaphysical. Meta means beyond, physical, beyond our five senses. So when we are being metaphysical, we are going beyond what physics has taught us, and gone beyond our five senses. So what happens is, back in the day, and I'm talking like the 1800s, kind of around there, where a lot of these, how do I want to say it? A lot of things were happening in the world with technology, with science, with religion, all these other things. So this is back about then. But modern medicine wasn't where it is today. I mean, there was a day when the barber would also be the dentist. I guess it has something to do with the head. So people back then would either go to a medical doctor or they would go to another kind of a healer, including a meta-physician, someone who was working beyond the physical. So they would choose to be, here's the key, treated by a doctor or treated by a metaphysician. Get it? So the doctor treated the physical condition, And the metaphysician treated the mental and spiritual cause behind the condition. So the belief was that if the mental and spiritual dis-ease was cleared up, the physical condition would also be healed. So that's where the phrase came from. Spiritual, having to do with God or spirit. Mind, having to do with clearing up our thinking, and treatment. So a practitioner back then, a metaphysician, would treat somebody. Spiritual mind treatment. So with that explanation, it's not so woo-woo. Hey, not so bad. Now you may be thinking, gosh, she's got a lot of words today. You can tell I'm excited about this topic, right? And you may be wondering, is it effective? Does it actually get results? And in my experience, and I've been in this teaching well over 30 years, I can tell you that the answer is unquestionably yes. It is effective. I have had and I have seen countless manifestations, demonstrations, answered prayers, whatever you want to call it. I've seen countless manifestations as a result of spiritual mind treatment. But here's a key. Part of the reason that treatment is effective for me is because I believe in it. Here it is. The master teacher Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe." It is done unto you as your belief system is. Therefore, because I believe in treatment, then I've had countless demonstrations. And I've had countless demonstrations because I believe in treatment. This is how this stuff works. So my experience is spiritual mind treatment done with clear intention, with purpose, with conviction, with belief, is the most powerful tool I know of to bring about a better, happier, healthier, more abundant, more peaceful, joyful life. So is it a trick or is it treatment? You get to be the judge of it. Happy Halloween. Thanks for being here today, and so it is. Actually, before you guys come up, Steph, would you come up, please, and do a little noodle? And I'm gonna do a spiritual mind treatment right now. Even though I'm dressed like a leopard cat lady. So I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Just take a breath and let it go. There is only one power, one presence, one life, one source, that life force energy that flows through everything. It is all there is. Everything is made of this divine stuff, this divine energy. It is intelligent. It is causal. And it is all there is. And I know that I am one with it. I am part of it. There is no separation. It gives me life. It breathes me. It lives me. It animates me. And as a result, I use my powerful mind, my life of choice, to live a life that is fully expressed. And I know that when I speak my word and I speak it with clarity and I speak it with conviction, I know that my word absolutely has power. And so I speak my word right now on behalf of this entire world, even though it appears that we are in this atmosphere of split and this atmosphere of disconnect and disharmony, that is not the truth. The truth is it is all part of the whole. The truth is we live in harmony. The truth is we are all connected with one another. And so anything that appears to be unlike that is now coming up to be healed. And so we allow that balm of harmony, that balm of love, to begin healing the divide, to begin healing the dis-ease, to begin healing anything that is unlike the wholeness that we are. And it is with such a deep and profound sense of gratitude that I know this truth, that I speak this truth. And so with absolute confidence, I simply release this to the law of the universe, universal mind, the law of cause and effect, spiritual law, whatever we call it. I simply release it into this powerful doer of life with gratitude, knowing it is done. And together we affirm, and so it is. Okay, now I'd like you guys to come up and make some music. I'm super excited to hear once again from Jory and Elevation. Please give them a hand.
Feel the breeze as tomorrow's stars of today go brushing by. Some succeed while the rest are left behind. Suddenly, some things are on my mind. Like tomorrow is just a day, and it's always one away from now. And how they gather on the ground one by one, the fallen leaves of 1,000 things undone, like the dreams of things not yet begun. Because there never was the time, or no, none that I could find. All the days and nights of life, they fade away just as sure as they arrive. So let's live them while they're here, for so soon they'll disappear, so soon as will we. Do I need a faster car if I don't know where I'm going? Says the part of me that knows that we all get there in the end. All the days and nights of life, they fade away just as sure as they arrive. So let's live them while they're here, for for so soon they'll disappear, so soon. All the days and nights of life, they fade away just as sure as they arrive. So let's love them while they're here, for so soon they'll disappear, so soon as will we.
And elevation, give it up. Fill that screen with hearts. That was wonderful, just the perfect song for that. And I love the reggae beat for sure. So how are you feeling? Pretty good? I'm feeling pretty good too. So I have a demonstration to tell you. I wasn't going to share this with you. I decided to get a couple of new cats. I've always had cats, and I really miss having cats. And so I affirmed, kind of like a treatment, I affirmed that I would be led to just the right cats for me. And I didn't want kittens because they're so kitteny. I wanted some adult cats. I'm used to big, lazy cats, right? And within just a very short period of time of making that affirmation, somebody contacted me about 2 male cats, ages 5 and 7, an orange one, which I love, and a black one for Halloween. And they were at a shelter up in Didsbury. And I mean, it happened like that. I am telling you, it did. So I went up this week and I met them and kissed them and paid for them. And I'm going up after service, changing my clothes to go pick them up and bring them home. So I'm actually super happy and super excited about. Their names are Tom and Jerry. And you'll get a chance to meet Tom and Jerry. Well, probably by pictures. I don't think I'll bring them here. But anyway, that's effective treatment. That is effective treatment. Not, oh, God, please bring me cats, but I am being led to the right and perfect animals for me. Immediately, here comes Tom and Jerry. This stuff works. Okay, we did that. So how you can support the center, you can send an e-transfer if you're in Canada. Please, folks, we got bills going on. We still got bills going on as the enthusiasm and kind of life is settling again. People are not supporting quite as much. So if you are able to, that would be greatly appreciated. Go to our website, use PayPal. You can send a check. You can call, call the office and talk to Kat, who's here. Oh, Kat, get it? Kat, I got cats on the mind. Monday through Thursday from 10 to 3. Give us your credit card number. We'll put it in, or you can join Conscious Commitment. That way it's just taken out of your account once a month and you don't have to worry about it or think about it. So let's say our conscious giving commitment together. I live in a universe of abundance. Incidentally, this is a treatment. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me, multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is. So it is. So we're going to sing, Cats. I thank cats for everything. Then we're going to go to love. Then we're going to stick with love. Okay? Ready?
2, 1, 2, 3.
I thank cats for everything. 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 I thank love for
take your hands and rub them together. Get all that good energy going, all that good juju. Put some love in there. Put some abundance and joy in there. And we're going to send this out into the world because everything is energy, right? Okay, so think of someone that might need it or just send it out into the world in general. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Have a wonderful day today and a wonderful week. We'll see you next time. We're going to be open next week.
Your love lifted me higher than I ever been lifted before. Keep it up, quenching my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. Let me tell your love keep on lifting me up, lifting me higher and higher. Your love keep on lifting me up, lifting me higher and higher. Now once I was downhearted, disappointment, it was my closest friend. But you came and it soon departed. You know, never show his face again. Let me tell your love keep on lifting me up, lifting me higher and higher. Your love oh, keep on lifting me up, yeah, lifting me higher and higher. Come on. I'm so glad I have finally found you. You're my one in a million, girl. And I'll whip my loving arms around you, and we'll stand together and we'll face the world.